Today I'm going to be teaching you how to program calisthenics into your routine. Okay, so the same way there's different types of weight training in the gym, there's different types of calisthenics training. For example, there's dynamic calisthenics, static calisthenics, balance calisthenics, and weight calisthenics. Now, between these different calisthenics, there is some overlap between each and every section, but like me, I kind of train what I want to train and do what looks coolest. And it's not set in stone which path of calisthenics you want to follow into. For example, one day you might want to do some handstands for balance, and the next day you might want to do some weighted dips for weighted calisthenics. So it's really versatile the way you can plan your training regimen into calisthenics. Before you get ahead of yourselves, make sure you have the basic skills and strengths to perform these skills that you want to do. So don't be like me when you're starting out, just jumping into a skill right off the bat, almost injuring myself several times. But as you go on through your progressions in calisthenics, make sure to research the specific warm-ups you need to do for that certain skill that you're trying to learn, and this will help you progress quickly and efficiently. Okay, so here are some basic and simple stretches that you can do before your training. So we have arm circles, bicep stretches, L stretches, overhead tricep stretches, shoulder dislocations. And for your legs, there are quad stretches, calf stretches, toe touches, and others as well. Make sure to stretch for at least 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes before your training. Okay, so to start building your chest, shoulders, triceps, and traps, we're going to do push exercises. Now, you've probably heard of this exercise at least like 1,000,000 times, but I can't stress this enough, but to build your foundations in calisthenics, as more expert skills are going to build on these current foundations that you have on now. Now, if you can't do push-ups, there are easier variations such as incline push-ups or knee push-ups, and you can do these virtually anywhere, maybe on a bed, a chair, or a desk, basically any elevated surface that you can find around your house. And if you want to make push-ups harder, then you can try doing scapular protractions at the end of your push-up. Okay, now with the next exercise, dips, you can basically do this on a pair of elevated surfaces. Sorry, but you do need 2 for this exercise. You can probably find this around by doing maybe 2 chairs in your house, or maybe a bar at the park, or just something like that. And in this exercise, you want to lean forward slightly and also bend your legs and cross them, just so then you have extra stability and aren't kind of like moving around between your reps. Now, while performing this exercise, you want to calm down at bending your arms at a 90-degree angle at a controlled speed. Now, if dips are too hard for you, don't worry, there are also some alternatives such as bench dips. Can also increase the distance between your arms and your legs, and this will obviously make the dip harder, and then slowly but surely you'll be able to do dips on a normal 2 elevated surfaces. Now, this is my personal favorite calisthenics move, and this is the pike push-up. It's actually a funny story how I about came for the pike push-up, because lots of YouTube videos, in my opinion, don't really talk about it. So I walked into the gym one time, I saw a guy basically doing handstand push-ups, and simply I asked him, how do you do it? He said spam pike push-ups, and I was like, bet. So obviously I just been spamming them, and that's been building shoulder strength. So yeah. So at first you want to start off in the push-up position, maybe take like around a foot step and do another rep, and you can do this with increase in difficulty. So the further away your feet are from your hands, the easier it's going to be. The closer your feet are to your hands, the harder it's going to be. So if you're trying to put more of your weight onto your shoulders, then keep your feet close to your hands basically. With this exercise, make sure to keep your elbows tucked in, keep your eyes facing your feet, and make sure that your feet are on your tippy toes as well. Now, if you are struggling with this exercise, don't worry, you can obviously build your foundations with, as I said, the push-ups from before, and just take steps incrementally, so then you can kind of close the gap between your hands and your feet, which is what you're trying to do. And the first skill that I'm going to teach you to learn is the elbow lever. The elbow lever uses mostly your core and your arms. Now, the elbow lever will then branch onto more complex exercises such as the 90-degree hold or the planche as well. Okay, and an exercise to target both your biceps, lats or back are the Australian pull-ups or inverted rows. You want to find 2 elevated surfaces or maybe just one big elevated surface to do this exercise, and you're essentially going to be pulling yourself up vertically and downwards in a nice smooth motion. And if this is still too hard for you, you can use your legs to assist you in the pulling motion. Next up we have dead hangs, and this is basically self-explanatory. You're holding onto the bar for as long as possible, and after each set you're going to try and hold the bar for longer than you did for that previous set. This exercise targets mostly your forearms for forearm growth. And next we have my personal favorite, pull-ups. Now, I'm notoriously known for my wide lats, and I think I will share some information with you about how to get your pull-up up to a good standard. With the pull-up exercise, you want to be getting a full range of motion, not just trying to rip it out as fast as you can. Make sure you're going all the way to the top and all the way at the bottom, keeping a nice controlled and slow tempo. And once you get your first pull-up, you want to make sure to nail perfect form, and you do this by setting your hands to about shoulder width apart, making enough to sag your shoulders. You want to pull up to the bar, getting your chin over the bar, making sure to squeeze your lats and also tilt yourself so you're kind of puffing out your chest as well. Make sure to do this all in a nice, slow and controlled tempo, going all the way up, all the way down as well. Now, if pull-ups are too hard for you, then you can start off with assisted pull-ups or with maybe a resistance band, or you could either do chin-ups or neutral grip pull-ups as well, which are easier variations of the pull-up exercise. Now, if pull-ups are too easy for you, do weighted pull-ups, which is what I do as well, just to make sure that you're not doing 20-30 pull-ups in a row. Once you master the basic pull-up exercises, this can now branch off again into more complex pull-up variations such as archer push-ups or muscle-ups, and these can be really cool exercises to learn once you've built your foundations. This is a general rule of thumb when it comes to pull-ups. Wider pull-ups are mainly used to engage your lats, and closer pull-ups are mainly used to kind of use your biceps. So keep that in mind for which muscle group you want to train and when. The second skill I'm going to teach you to learn is going to be the handstand. There are so many progressions you can do, including handstand walks, handstand holds against a wall, pike push-ups, and also some previous progressions and exercises that I've told you to do in previous chapters of the video. As you can see, many calisthenics athletes have abs, and this is because it helps them attain in a way the skills that they've been training for at a quicker pace rather than bulking or cutting, which is what quite a lot of gym goers do. So most of these calisthenics people stay lean all year round, but don't worry if you have some extra weight on you, this shouldn't make you worry too much, as I believe that calisthenics is really beginner friendly, as it requires literally zero equipment and you can basically be getting started in the middle of a living room if you wanted to. But to set this straight, I do have to say this, and since everyone else is saying it as well, abs are made in the kitchen. So if you want to get abs, you do have to have a low percentage body fat and probably go on a diet as well. So one of the main ways to lose fat is going on a calorie deficit, which is where you kind of consume less calories than you burn in a day. Doing it every day is kind of too much, so if you can do this for maybe 1 or 2 days straight, you can get a rough idea of your calorie intake. So you'll just basically be calorie tracking every single food you eat, and once you do this for 1 or 2 days and have a rough idea of the number of calories they have in one day, you can then design your training regimen and your diet around your calorie intake to make sure that you're not eating too much and not eating too little as well. And to also set this for the record, everybody has abs, it's just that some people may have more layers of fat covering them, but everyone does have abs and it is achievable for everyone to get those abs visible. Okay, so core exercises improve stability and mobility. This muscle is probably involved in more exercises than you think. mainly in calisthenics, every single exercise you're going to be doing is going to be using your core. Whether it's going to be a lot or a little, it's going to be imperative that you train your core and make sure that you have a really strong core to make sure you can master these exercises quickly and efficiently. So to get you started, you can do exercises such as leg raises, scissor kicks, hollow body holds, in and outs, and Russian twists, just to name a few for you. And the third skill that I'm going to teach you to learn is going to be the L-sit. Now with this skill, I'm also going to leave another shorts video in the comments just to get you started on how to master the L-sit and the progressions you can take to do this. I believe that the L-sit did unlock lots of calisthenic skills for me, as it increased your core strength by like a lot in a very short period of time. But of course the L-sit is mainly your core. It does include other muscle groups such as your shoulders or your triceps as well. So I really think that the L-sit is a very good exercise to do and to learn to master more advanced calisthenic skills in the future. So if you want to master calisthenics, make sure to do these ab workouts and make sure not to skip them. We do have the last muscle group, and that is legs, and there's lots of misconceptions about, oh, you need weight to do your legs, or you need a gym, you need this, you need that to build your legs. But no, you can really just use your surroundings and what you have at home to do your calisthenics exercises just using a household item. Okay, so with lots of leg exercises for calisthenics, weighted calisthenics probably would be the best way to go in this field, as with squats you can probably master them quite quickly, and then you'll find yourself probably doing like 30-40 reps, which will just be pointless, and it would be better just to do weighted squats. The same with other exercises such as lunges, jump squats, Bulgarian split squats, just to name a few. So leg exercises, these mainly include your quadriceps, your hamstrings and your calves, and I'll show you exercises you can do for each of these muscle groups inside your legs. So squats are the first exercise to do. These are basically the building blocks of legs, as it literally uses every single muscle inside of them. Now with these exercises such as squats, make sure to have a nice base and to make sure that your knees don't cave in or to bend your back too much. And in addition to squats, there are other exercises such as lunges, jump squats, pistol squats, sissy squats, Bulgarian split squats as well. These are obviously different variations of the squat exercise, and these variations can make it harder and easier depending on what you want to do. So for harder exercises, I would definitely do pistol squats or jump squats, and for easier exercises I would definitely do unweighted squats and lunges. Next, for your hamstrings, you can do sliding hamstring curls. There's not much to train with hamstrings with calisthenics, I'm sorry to tell you this, but it would be more ideal to probably train hamstrings inside a gym. But for those that are watching this video without a gym, then sliding hamstring curls are the way to go. Okay, so the next exercise is Nordic hamstring curls. Now I normally like to use like a wardrobe or maybe my bunk bed to kind of keep my feet in place, and a towel underneath my knees just for some extra comfort. So you're gonna go down slowly and controlled, and you're gonna let go when your body tells you to let go, just so then you don't pull a hamstring and you don't sustain any injuries that can be prevented. After you come all the way to the floor, you're gonna push yourself up using your hands, and you're going to go back down at the same controlled tempo. You're gonna do this for maybe 8 to 10 reps, or for how many sets that you're planning to do this for. And for your calves, you mainly only need calf raises, but you can alternate this by maybe pointing your feet outwards and doing calf raises, or pointing your feet inwards. In addition to this, you can probably do weighted calf raises or maybe one-legged calf raises as well. And personally, I like doing calf raises at elevation, maybe on some stairs at your house, to make sure that the back of your feet are hanging off, just to make sure you get some extra range of motion in your exercises. Now, for the guys that want to do endurance or that want to do weight loss, then you're probably going to shift more to the cardio side of things, which include maybe skipping, running, and etc. Just cardio exercise like that, or maybe get involved in some other sports. Okay, now we're going to go into the implementation of how you can actually put this into your routine for the week. So I recommend that you do a sort of push-pull leg split, and this will look a bit like Monday pull, Tuesday pull, Wednesday rest, Thursday push, Friday pull, Saturday legs, Sunday rest. Now obviously this routine does depend a lot on your schedule. For some people might not have enough time to maybe work out 5 days a week, and for this I'm going to go a little bit of depth into the PPL hybrid. So the PPL hybrid is push, pull, legs, which is what it stands for, which is kind of mixed in with a full body. So the PPL full body hybrid kind of goes around the concept of a shift of focus. Now this shift of focus is going like Monday, your main focus is going to be your push exercises, so that's going to be your chest, your triceps, your shoulders, but you're still going to be working out your full body. Your Wednesday is going to be your shift of focus onto your pull exercises, but you're still training full body, which is going to be mainly your lats, your upper back, lower back, and your forearms, maybe your biceps as well. And you're still going to be training your full body on that day, and you'll also do this on Friday, which is going to be another shift of focus to your legs. So you're going to be doing more leg workouts, but you're still going to be working out your full body like normal as well. This PPL full body hybrid is great for people that want the versatility of the PPL kind of split, but still want the structure of a full body split as well. And this is maybe for people that don't have enough time in the week to go to the gym as many days in the week. So you want to go around this common rule of thumb, which is training each part of the body twice a week, which is what this full body PPL hybrid does, as you're basically training each body part 3 times a week, but with a main focus of 1 body part. So you're essentially training 3 body parts, but 1 main each time. So yeah, you kind of want to be going to the gym around minimum 2-3 times a week, maybe not more than 6 if you're that dedicated. Now for the guys that want to kind of jump into the skill straight away, that you're just buzzing to get it, I would definitely put the skill that you're learning into the right category. For example, the handstand. The handstand is mainly a push exercise, so you'll put this into the push column maybe on your Monday of your workout. And let's say you want to learn a pull-up or a muscle-up, you'll put that into the pull bit. And let's say you want to learn how to do a pistol squat, you'll put this into the leg day. Now personally, I would train this at the start of your workout, just because this is where you have the most energy and you're going to have the most adrenaline to do this exercise. And by the time you get to the end of your exercise, you're going to be a bit more worn out and a bit less likely to do this exercise for as long as you plan to do it in the beginning. This is because if you do your workout first, you're going to have a lot of lactic acid in your muscles, which is going to decrease your performance in trying to learn this skill, which requires lots of muscles to be used, which will then lead to you not progressing as fast as you would have, wasting time that you could have used to maybe learning a different skill or doing something else, such as like your job or your work. And if you guys aren't really sure how many reps and how many sets to do, don't worry, I got you. Reps being how many times you do the exercise, and sets being for how many repetitions you do this exercise for. I'm going to tell you how to do it. So if you're training for strength, you are going to be doing around 3 to 4 sets for 4 to 6 reps, and if you want to be doing it for muscle growth, you're going to be doing it for 8 to 12 reps for 3 to 4 sets. But for muscle growth, I personally do 3 to 4 sets of failure, just because I like to define it as when my muscles give up, not just as a number. But a number is still a really good baseline to use when you're starting out calisthenics, so definitely do that. And in your workouts, you want to make sure that you incorporate progressive overload training into your routine. So this is basically where you increase the intensity, for example, maybe the weight or how hard the exercise is for you in your workout, to avoid plateau in your muscle mass and strength. and the basic and primary benefit is that it helps prevent someone from reaching a point where the exercise regimen is no longer challenging or effective, so it might feel like you're not really progressing anywhere, and this makes sure that this doesn't happen. Okay, and with all that, I hope this video has been helpful for you, and in the future I'll be releasing a few more in-depth guides about skill training, so make sure to stay tuned for that. I've included things that I've learned through my journey of calisthenics, and in addition to some things that I wish I knew before I started off as a beginner. I also want to say thanks for everyone's support through my videos, and for the people that are starting their journey in calisthenics, it will be a very long one, but stay consistent and patient, and before you know it, everything will be falling into place. Take care.